Hey everyone, it's Boogeyman Ben. Hope everyone's doing well and everyone's having a great day. This video is going to be on a blind buy pickup that I got at Rasputin's Video, Rasputin's Records and Video, where I go. It's a place that we have in the town where I live. There's also one in Berkeley. But my wife and I sometimes go there and we just, look at I always go right to the horror section because, sometimes you can find some previously viewed movies that I wouldn't have normally paid full price for, but I'm willing to pay like $3 or $4. Sometimes you can get really good deals, and my wife sometimes will find some movies that I'm not have picked up on my own, or she'll just find something that sounds interesting, and she found this film that I had never heard of, and several genre greats were involved in this. And I think it was like $2 or $3, and I was just like, hey, might as well pick it up. The movie is called Trapped Ashes. I'd never heard of it before. Apparently, I think it came out in like 2005, 2006. It came out a while ago. But yeah, there's some great. It's almost like an anthology. Where you have these people that are on like a studio tour and they get trapped in this house on the back lot, and the tour guide is played by Henry Gibson. Who takes them to this house where all these horror films were shot, and they get trapped in it. And the only way they can get out of the house is to tell a scary story, and each scary story has to be true. So every member of the group has to tell a scary story, but each of the scary story segments are directed by, you have one that's directed by Sean Cunningham, of course, for Friday the 13th. You also have one done by Joe Dante, and then Ken Russell. So, it's a really different film, and it's one I just want to share my thoughts on, and I hope everyone looks forward to this review. Please stay tuned. So the plot of Trapped Ashes deals with 7 strangers on a movie studio tour that get trapped inside the infamous House of Horror and are forced to tell the most terrifying stories to get out alive. The film stars Jace Artok as Andy. You have Henry Gibson as the tour guide, Laura Harris as Julia, Scott Lowell as Henry, Dick Miller as Max, John Saxon as Leo, Rachel Veltri as Phoebe, Richard Ian Cox as Doug, and Ken Russell as Dr. Lucy. There are several famous genre directors that are associated with this film, since it plays out like an anthology of Sean Cunningham, Joe Dante, John Jida, Montel Hellman, and Ken Russell, who all direct the various tales. So there's 5 total. The movie was written by Dennis Bartok. So yeah, Trapped Ashes was something I went into not knowing anything about. I didn't look up anything on IMDb. I just it was a blind buy. I just bought it. It had some great, Henry Gibson, Dick Miller, John Saxon, and directed by, you got segments directed by Joe Dante and Sean Cunningham. I respect all of those men. And I was just like, I'll give it a chance at a reasonable price. And I ended up really enjoying it. It's not my favorite anthology by any means, but it's different, and I think that's what I liked about it. It wasn't the same type of, horror stories, like let's tell a scary story. The fact that each character that has to tell a story has to tell a true story that really happened to them, I thought that was really interesting. And it was a really interesting take on the anthology film, anthology horror film. I don't want to tell too much about the stories themselves because I went into them not knowing anything. There was some that really surprised me. Sean Cunningham's segment is probably one of my favorites, but there's also a story that deals with a woman getting breast surgery that is really shocking and one that I was not expecting at all. There's a lot of nudity in this film. There's also a lot of, there's some really violent images in this film. But it's also a lot of fun in a lot of cases, especially Henry Gibson, who I've always enjoyed. Sadly, he's no longer with us, or is Ken Russell. But I felt like everyone did a great job in this film. It's, like I said, not my favorite anthology, horror anthology, but I really enjoyed it. If I had to give it a rating, I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. Really enjoyed it. I think it's another one that I'll be checking out on occasion, just, giving it another watch, because all of the segments were really well done, and for a film that I had heard nothing about, I was really surprised, because sometimes when you haven't heard about a film and it's just on, you find it, sometimes you don't know what you're getting, but this was a blind buy that I was really happy that my wife talked me into getting. So that's my review of the film Trapped Ashes. If anyone else has seen the film, I invite them to share their thoughts with me on it. And again, thanks so much for watching, and stay tuned for some more videos coming soon. Hope everyone has a great day. Take it easy. Peace.